Hey, I want to share with you this brand new feature inside of ZimmWriter called Scraping Surgeon. And it's going to give you power that you've never had before. And this is insane power. This is this is like Marvel superhero Thor Infinity Gauntlet power. This is very powerful. I'm going to demonstrate it for you, but I kind of want to give you that high level overview first on what this is and why it's important. So, if you don't know what ZimmWriter is, it's in my opinion, because I made it, the world's best AI writing software. If you don't have a license, there's a link down below. Definitely check it out. Now, there's a lot of places inside of ZimmWriter that we can have the AI use content from the internet to seed its brain and then write about it. So, as an example, Penny Arcade, we can put up to 1,000 URLs in here, have the AI write. You put in videos, it will write a whole blog post based on the transcript. You put in Amazon products or Amazon links, it will write an entire blog post about the particular product. It will use a featured image, it will use call to actions, it will put an affiliate tag in there, all that good stuff. You can put in just your competitors' URLs if you want to. You can put in your own URLs and you want to. You can put in any kind of URL you can think of in here. And for every URL you put in, up to 1,000, ZimmWriter will write a blog post for you. So that's one place that you can have the AI go to the internet, retrieve data, and then manipulate it somehow. You can also do that inside of the SEO writer. So inside of here, you can put for each of your headings a URL. And so a lot of people will use this for writing a roundup post. Maybe you want to do 10 best barbecue grills for 2023. You can do that. You can put in 10 different URLs for Amazon in here and easily and quickly write a very high quality product roundup review. Another place you can use this is in the bulk writer. You can click on this SEO CSV and upload a CSV file with thousands of different blog posts with background information inside of them, different URLs that you want the AI to go out and scrape. So, a lot of different ways to use it. The last place that you can use that is inside of like a notepad or an editor or something like that. You can type in summarize and then an equal sign and then pull a URL. So I have this juice box thing that I bought for my son. Oops. So I highlight it all. I hit Control 1. I'll let it summarize. Bought these juice boxes for my son. They're pretty good actually, but I pack him in his lunch and we can have the AI write a summary about this. But one of the problems is all these different places that we can have the AI summarize data from the internet. One of the big problems is in some of these situations, some of these pages, like Amazon pages, for instance, there's a lot of extraneous information, stuff that we don't really need. So on this page, we have the title of the product, the photo, some details, but then we have like energy drinks. I'm not feeding my kid an energy drink. He's in sixth grade. I'm not going to give him an energy drink at school. The teachers would kill me. There's other drinks in here too. There's more drinks. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that does not relate specifically to this product. It's not about this particular product. As you scroll down, we have a disclaimer. We have saw blades. I'm not getting my kid a saw blade for his lunchbox. We have a cat, although my kid could use some exercise. That's a cat wheel. We could I'm getting ideas now. We could have him running on an exercise wheel. But you get the point. There's a lot of stuff on here that we don't need. We just want specific things for the AI. So we can have the AI summarize the data here. Now, this summary turned out really well because we're using something called Scraping Surgeon. So inside of ZimmWriter, you click on the options menu and we can set up Scraping Surgeon. Now, you'll need ScrapeOwl to do this. And if you click on the Setup ScrapeOwl, you can easily set up your API key for that. Before we talk about how this works, I want you to click on this guide up here. All right, we're going to go over some high level stuff right here. It might go a little bit over your head depending on your technical know-how, but I'm going to tell you a couple things. What we're going to cover is not hard. It's not hard to learn this stuff. Number two, you learn this stuff, you're going to be much more advanced than your competitors. You can read all about Scraping Surgeon in here. We give you a primer on HTML, a primer on CSS. We talk about how to actually use this tool. So I'm going to give you that high level overview right now on how to use this. But if you want more of a deep dive, click this link, read the ultimate guide. So I've already loaded up Amazon for you. Download ZimmWriter, you'll have an Amazon profile already in here, already set up. I can't do all the other sites because there's billions of websites out there. Right? So I did Amazon, a lot of affiliate marketers out there. The first thing you want to specify in here is your domain. So we have Amazon dot. Now I could type Amazon.com, but there's other Amazon domains in here. There's Amazon.co.uk. Right? There's probably Amazon.in. Probably there's an Amazon.jp. So a lot of different Amazon domains. So we're just going to go for Amazon dot and leave it at that. And that will cover everything. Now, the first thing we need is a title, okay? So we got to get the CSS class or ID or the HTML tag H1 or H2 for the title of the product. So this is the title of the product. Now, what you can do, if you've never done this before, this is going to be either scary or eye-opening. If you're in Chrome, you can press F12. That will open up this HTML console that shows you all the different HTML on the page. There's a little arrow up here. We can press it and then highlight, or I guess move. I'm not actually holding the mouse down. We just move the mouse over the title of the product. And then we click. And then the HTML goes to where that is. See, as I move around, the text or the highlight on the left changes. So I have a title of the product. Now I could specify the H1. H1 usually represents the title of the product. The problem is there's a lot of different H1s on this page. There's 39 of them. Actually, let's go for tags. There's 9 of them. There's 9 different H1s. And this H1 has nothing to do with the title. This H1 has the content unlock 5% savings. So there's a lot of H1s on here that don't relate to this title. So we can't use H1. That's not going to work as a tag to tell ZimmWriter where the title is. So let's keep looking. I've done my homework and I chose product title. And if we look, the product title is right here. So it's a span, that's a HTML tag, and the ID is product title. We put that in right here. Now you'll see a hashtag in front of it because, and this is not ZimmWriter nomenclature, but CSS nomenclature is when you're actually like referring to the code outside of the HTML, you put a hashtag in front of the ID. And if it's a class, you'd put a period in front of it. So if this was a class, you'd have a period here, but we're going to have a hashtag here because this is an ID. An ID, the big difference is ID will appear one time on the page. Everywhere on this page, this will only be one time, but then a class can appear an infinite number of times. So you want to try to identify things by ID if possible. So we have our ID for the product. And what you'd also want to check is if this ID is consistent across multiple products at Amazon, because that will help give you an indication on whether or not this truly is something that Amazon uses to designate the title. Then we have the image. Now, you can leave this empty if you want to. If you populate it, then what will happen is ZimmWriter, when it scrapes this, will actually download this image, all right, and resize it and all this cool stuff. And then if you connect WordPress, it will even upload the image either as a featured image or as an inline block image or something like that. Now, obviously, you need to pay attention to all copyright rules and whatnot. If you don't understand those, you're not comfortable, you can just leave this blank and then handle the image yourself. Maybe you like to embed the URLs, or maybe you like to have your own Amazon API, whatever you want. Long story short, you leave this empty, it won't grab the image. Otherwise, you can find the image. So let's show you how we found this image over here. Now we're using image tag wrapper ID. And if you remember, the hashtag means that this is actually an ID. So let's see if we can find it. So here's a div that surrounds this image tag. So we collapse this, all right, you can tell that the image tag is inside of this div. And the ID, all right, IDs are good. Image tag wrapper ID, all right, sounds perfect. So we're going to use that for our image. Then you can specify up to 5 CSS classes or IDs and HTML tags. And these are the particular HTML tags you can choose from. Up to 5 of those, comma separated, to identify the different text on the page. I won't go through each one of these, but the long and short of it is I found text to represent the content over here, and then the product details. And then I've actually found that different products will have different areas down here. So I've included some of those different areas. You're not going to see this on every single one, but this will encapsulate or encompass most of the products on Amazon. Then you can put your affiliate code down here. This is really simple to enter. You don't have to enter question mark tag equals all that stuff. For Amazon, you just put your code in here. And then you have 2 checkboxes down here, treat as review and enable. Let's talk about this first. If you leave this checked, then anytime ZimmWriter anywhere scrapes Amazon, it will use scraping surgeon, and meaning it will just pull the data that we've identified here. So if we disable it, it won't do that anymore. Now, treat as review, what that does, let's get out of here. When you're in Penny Arcade and you put an Amazon link in here, and you just have a link to a product, I guess I'll explain this. You have just a link to a product. What should the title be? Do we want the title just to be Arizona Mucho Mango Drink? 6.75 fluid ounces. We don't want the title to be that. That would be a stupid blog post title. More likely than not, you're writing a product review. So anytime you are using Scraping Surgeon to, let's see if I can get back to it. Scraping Surgeon. Anytime you're using Scraping Surgeon to identify something that would be classified as a product, all stuff on Amazon is going to be a product, then you'd want to click Treat as a Review. And then what's going to happen is when you're using the Penny Arcade, it's going to title the article in the form of a review. It's probably going to use the word review, like Arizona Mucho Mango drink review or something like that. If you leave this out, it won't do that. You don't have to just use Scraping Surgeon for products, but if you decide to use a particular domain that has mainly products that you're going to be scraping for products, probably check this if you're intending to be using it for Penny Arcade. This only applies to Penny Arcade right now. So let's do another one from scratch. Let's go to none, clear this out. And we're actually going to do AppSumo. If you don't know what AppSumo is, great place to find great deals. Now, there's a lot of affiliate marketers that advertise AppSumo products. So they'll sign up with AppSumo, get an affiliate code, and then just start writing reviews about these particular products. Let me show you how to do this very quickly. So we'll click F12, write a review really quickly. And again, you don't necessarily want to use Scraping Surgeon if you're only going to use AppSumo like one URL one time. You'd want to take your time and set this up if you're planning on scraping this a lot. So first we need our domain. So we'll do appsumo.com. Then we need our title. Let's go over here. Now our title over here is H1. I've looked and there's really not a lot of other H1s. There are a couple in here, but they're all representative of the title. This one actually says the title again, and this one doesn't, but I've done some tests before this video, and this will work out fine. So we'll put H1 in here. Then we want the image. So let's go over here and find the image. Now, there's a couple images in here. There's a carousel. We're going to go up here and let's see. As I move around, I'm seeing what we're capturing. Carousel wrapper, that might not be bad. Oh, image carousel, perfect. I think, now we're gonna do a search for it because we're doing a class. Image carousel. There's only one image carousel in this entire thing. So image carousel might actually be a good choice, even though it is a class. There is this to PDP section carousel. And of course, they're using it twice. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Let's take the class image carousel. All right, we'll try it. So it's a class. So we do a period, and we'll paste that in there. Then we need up to 5 CSS classes IDs or HTML tags, and these are the choices we can choose from. I've done my homework before this video, and the problem on this page is that there's really not good CSS classes and IDs to identify the content on this page. There's a lot of stuff that just, it's not helpful. So take a step back and think about this for a second. Amazon is different than AppSumo in the respect that an Amazon page will talk about a lot of different products, maybe related products people also bought, maybe products that are completely different, like a saw blade, which is completely different than a juice box drink, okay? On AppSumo, though, everything on this page kind of relates to this product. So no matter what we pull, we're really not going to pull stuff that's extraneous information. So we don't have to be afraid of that. So what we can do is we can just select some of this text and we'll see it's in a paragraph tag. So all I'll do is put a P here. Now, and that's an HTML tag for paragraph. I don't need a period before it. I don't need a hashtag. We're not doing CSS. This is just HTML here. We could do CSS and classes and IDs, but we're not going to do that because there's really no good ones here based on my research. So we'll do a paragraph. Now there's also some lists. If you scroll down, there's some good juicy lists in here. So all this stuff is good stuff, but it's not paragraphs. It's all in list format. So let's capture that too. We'll put a comma here and we'll put LI. Now I don't have an affiliate thing set up, and that's perfectly fine. We will click the treat as review box. and then we're going to save this as a new domain. So now AppSumo is saved. Now there's one more thing that we need to do with AppSumo. Based on my research, as you scroll down, watch what happens to the images. It appeared. Watch. We'll try it one more time. It appeared. Trying to make this stuff magically appear. A lot of these images lazy load. And if you don't know what that means, they don't actually load in the HTML. They're not visible code until you actually scroll down the page. So if you're finding that when you try to scrape a page, you're not getting the data, all right, it's saying there's not enough information to scrape, that could mean one of two things. Either your HTML code, your CSS classes and IDs or HTML tags that you've identified are not good choices, or the domain needs either JavaScript rendering or lazy loading or possibly even premium proxies. Now, all this stuff does cost more scrape out credits. So you don't want to just put AppSumo everywhere under the sun because then it could end up costing you more. But I've tested it out. This just needs lazy loading. This is 5 extra credit or 5 credits per scrape. Not a big deal. You got to spend money to make money. But this is, you get 10,000 credits for $5 a month. That's insane. That's a crazy good deal. All right, so it's all set up now. Now we're going to test this out. We're going to see if we get the summary and also the image. So I'll take this URL and I'll go to Penny Arcade and I'll paste it in here. Now there's a new feature inside of Penny Arcade called Only Summarize. And that's going to summarize this, however many URLs we have in here, and create an article for each one. Not a blog post, just a file. So we'll call this AppSumo. Watch what's going to happen. Now we could do summarize over here, but the problem is it's not bulk, number one. And then number two, you don't get the image. You don't get to see if it's actually capturing the image in here. So different use cases. So here's our output folder. Let's wait for this to finish. And this is very quick too. This is a very quick and efficient way to see if you're capturing the right data using your HTML and CSS IDs and tags and stuff. All right, so there it is, AppSumo01. So it will prepend, this is our job name, AppSumo, that's what we called it. And then it will say number 1, number 2, for however many URLs you put in there. Cool, okay. So we have our URL. This cost us a fifth of 1 penny, a fifth of one penny to summarize. Now here's the image URL. Let's check it out. There it is. Looks pretty cool. And then here is the summary. Now, the summary, it's an AI summary. It's going to vary each time, but it looks like we're capturing good stuff. So let's do one more thing. Let's actually write a blog post and have it automatically upload to my website. So back to Penny Arcade, I'll put it in there. I'm going to do 5 H2s, literary devices, lists, tables. Let's do the first person singular, and we'll do key takeaways. I want short answers, auto style. We don't want an image API because we're leaving the tag in there to pull the image. Again, follow all copyright laws and rules and stuff like that. That's on you. But we'll just leave that in for the test and we'll select our WordPress site. You can link up to 10 different WordPress sites inside of ZimmWriter and then just vary between them whenever you want. And we'll set this as a draft. And let's see here. Let's do YouTube videos. I don't know if there is a sessions YouTube video, but we'll try it. We'll have the AI try to find one YouTube video. And I think that would be it. We'll click Start Penny Arcade. All right, what's going to happen now is here is our website. When this finishes, it will automatically upload right here. So I'll shut up. We'll let this thing run and we'll check the result when it's done. The article's done. Let's refresh the page and check it out. All right, click on Preview. And there it is. It pulled our image, sessions, a comprehensive review of the ultimate meeting tool. Look at that. So our table of contents, now this is a plugin for WordPress. It's called Lucky Table of Contents or something. It's completely free. There's our key takeaways. So maybe I shouldn't have done a YouTube video for it because it looks like it's not totally related. I can go in and just edit the post and pull it out. Some of these AppSumo products will be hit or miss with YouTube videos. But if you're like talking about how to wash a dog or something, you'd have much better luck with a relevant YouTube video. This is awesome. It's pulling the details from the license tiers and everything. In-depth analysis. Fantastic. See how easy that is to get a really cool review done really quickly just for pennies. This was actually, I forgot to show you. Let's look at how much this cost. This is the actual text document. This cost me 3 pennies. 3 pennies to create. Some of those other tools are charging you per word or something like that, like 50,000 words a month for $200. This is 3 pennies for 1,200 words. And I don't get the money. You pay OpenAI. So very powerful tool now in ZimWriter that you all have to surgically scrape data that you want. It's mind blowing. Drop a comment down below. Tell me how you're using Scraping Surgeon. I'd love to hear it. Join the Facebook group if you have not. There's over 10,000 members in there who can help you come up with different setups for different domains in Scraping Surgeon or just give you some general advice. Other than that, good luck with your content generation.